Why hello again, another little video. This is basically some of the requests from the last video as regards giving Railmaster some ideas for new things or to change things in the system. So one of the things that I had is, if I had to go back here again for a second, is if I go to here, go to track plan, one of them is a double slip. I don't have one on here, but one or two people have got them. If I go to this now, what we have here is this one, like that, and do another one, which is that one, right, these two here, right. Now that is, if you put those two together like that, that is a double slip. Go up that way, down that way. I've done this in a particular video I did earlier on. But one of the things is this, is what you have to be careful of is, as you saw that a notice came up. When you put a set of points in a system like this, if I now get a set of points and put them up here, if I get this red, this is the easiest way to do it, and do this, put it in the middle of the Y where you do it, that is where the point buttons come. Now if I actually put this one in there like that, it'll tell me I can't do it, but I'll just do it for purposes, right? We'll now get another set of point buttons like this, and bring that and put that into the middle of the Y. The other one's gone, but if you just move this a bit, look, they're there. One button covers the other button, so you can't do that. So what you've got to do is do that, put it straight in there like that, and then you do this, there's your two. It's just the way this block schematic works. If I now get another one, I'll just show you this one, and we just do this one here, Right, we put that one down there like that. We get another one, which is that one, which is like that, as you might say. If I do that, it tells you can't do it again, because if you look again and look at the point buttons like this, and we get the red off here and put that, what actually happens, it comes on the end of the point there. And what will actually happen with this one is, if I put that again like this, you can't do it. That's one thing, it does tell you can't do it, because it won't work. If you get this again and put this one here and put that there, you've got the same situation again. You've got to leave one space between the two like this. Put that there like that. Now if I actually do this now and do this, there's the two. So that is, they're actually going to see if they can do something about this. As like if you put a turntable in like that. It's, how easy it is or not, I do not know, but that is one problem we've got with the system. So I've actually come out here again for a minute. I don't want that. Come back to mine. Right. That was one I asked about. So they're going to look into that one. Now then, another one is, as you see here, we've got two lines of locos. You can either have one line or two lines. Now, some people have got two screens. So they've got this on one screen and this on another. And what they've asked for is when they can have 4 lines of locos. Now if you look at this, and I actually get a measure like this, right, do this like that, that is the length of that one there. If you put that on here, it takes up to there. So you can't do it with the normal Railmaster screen unless you've got the 2 screens. But they are going to look in how easy it is to put that in there for you. Now, another one I just had yesterday is that with the sound functions, if I actually go to here just for a minute and get it on here and wait for this to come up. Right, if I go to my class 29 here, this is a sound train. It was already built like this. Now if I go down here and look at the functions down here, it goes to 28. But somebody just recently pointed to me there are new ESU sound decoders out now with 31 functions. So I've now sent that off to see whether we can have the added functions put at the bottom. So it'll be like 31 then, so we can get all of them in. So that's another one. So I'm saying, I do this to help you all. It's not just that, you know, I've asked this and asked for that, and they have wrote to me and told me all this. So there's the one is the SU sounds, which I'm waiting to come back on there, and the others I've already sent off and I had replies back on them. Now somebody recently had a bit of a problem, and one is when he's running the trains, I could start 2 trains off here, when he minimised it and then went on to do some emails. Now to me that's dangerous, because while you're doing them, if something happens on the track, trains come off, wagons come off, you can have a pile up, and it's not advisable to run trains and then do it the other way. Now what actually happens is when I minimise this like this, which is down here like this, that's where it sits, and just come back and it comes back. I've actually tried it by doing it by programs, by running the trains normal, and I do not get a problem. The thing is, this minimise thing is basically a Windows thing. So one that I did try though was if I turned 2 trains on, and then I actually turn Railmaster off here. Well, this is the normal way, but the one thing is over here, that's the minimise one. That one there at the right hand corner, that is turn off. That will turn Railmaster off. But what happened was, when I tried it, the trains are still running. So then when I fire Railmaster up again, what you get is this, because all your trains are in the stop mode, and as soon as this thing fired up, the 2 trains stopped. So what it basically is, that one there minimises it. This one here does a reduction like that. I'll put it back again like that, and this one on the right hand side is actually turning Railmaster off. I tend to use this one, which is the easiest one to do, and then you correct them. So that's something I've been messing around with. Now, as most of you know, or a lot of you know, I live in Stoke-on-Trent, which is called the Potteries. Now, in the Potteries, one thing you have to notice, if you go to somewhere and you see somebody and they get the cup or the saucer and tip it upside down, all they're doing is looking where the factory is, because they're from the Potteries, as we call them. Now Steve at the Hobby Goblin had a chap come in, I met him a couple of weeks ago actually, and he minimises and makes model scenery, and this is what he's come up with. This is a pot bank. These are the bottle kilns where the clay is fired up to give you cups, saucers and vases and everything else. And this is the type of thing that he has made. They are beautifully made. Now if I go here and do another one, that's another shot of it. And if I go to here, this could be interesting, not so much the pot bank stuff, but these are the narrowboats. They're not barges, these are narrowboats. Barges are twice the width. These are narrowboats. And these are some of the ones he's made. Plus some of these other little crates and everything else. They're all made of resin. As you can see, they're beautifully made. There's a normal cabin cruiser we'll see on the canals these days. There's some more ships that he's made. There's more narrowboats here, and that's another one. So they are for sale. This one here you see there's Wedgwood, because what we have here, we are famous for Wedgwood pottery. We've made for Moorcroft vases, which can fetch thousands, some of the older ones can. We have Spode, we have all sorts of people. Also we have heritage sites as well. And if I come out here now, if I come to here, this is one of the heritage sites which we have. And one of these things here, these are the saggers, as they're called. This is where all the plates and cups and saucers and everything else get put in, and they put into the bottle kiln and fired up. Now we have a local saying here, as you might call it, is it's a sagger maker's bottom knocker. Now what that is, this is a sagger. That is made by the sagger maker. The base is made by the bottom knocker. It's hammered out to make sure it fits. Then the sagger makes and fits the two together, and that's a sagger maker's bottom knocker. We have some quite quaint things in here in this country, in this area. Another one is you can always tell somebody when comes from the pottery. They call everybody Duck. Hello, Duck. Are you all right, Duck? So just a little bit of history of where I live. Now, another thing is I've got now on the track one or two little trains here. Got my little Rushton there, I've got my Experiment one there, and I've got my Princess one there. Now this one here, if I just click the points like this, if I actually, this is of course will only go 10 miles an hour, so click that and out it comes like this. I now stop it like this. Now one thing that I have got is this, the mouse. Now if I click this key here, watch, it changes to reverse there. Click the right key, that one, it goes, I have to do, no sorry, I can't do that, put it right back, go away. You've got to make sure this is in here. So if I now click the right key, it goes forward. So I'm going to click the left key again, then I'm going to use the wheel to move it slowly forward. That's how much control you've got with a mouse, like that. Now you notice it's going to come over some points. The thing is, that little trailer wagon is part connected to the little loco, and that makes a total connection of all the wheels. Now look how slow that's going over the points with no problem whatsoever. Now, as it has got a drawbar to it, what happens is that it can, on bends like this, it can come off. So what I've actually got underneath, which I've got in a lot of my wagons, I've got these, which are weights, double-sided, and that is one of those is stuck underneath that to give it the weight to hold it down to make sure it stays on the track. So that is one little thing I've got there. Now another one is when we're talking about, oh sorry, I must forgot, I did inquire as regards HM7000 decoders and Railmaster. At the moment they've got no thought of putting the HM7000s in, the sound ones. If they've got some non-sound ones, they'll put them in, but the sound ones, they haven't done it yet. They're still having problems, I think, with some of this HM7000, so at the moment they're holding their course and staying where they are. Right, so what I've got now is this one here. It's a TTS decoder in it, but it hasn't got a TTS speaker in it, because a lot of them are a bit tinny. And what I've actually got are these. These are Alsound speakers. You can get them from West Hill Wagon Works. A friend of mine actually makes them. He lives not far away. And these are brilliant. That is for class 24. That one is, which I've got into my Princess there, and I've got them into my diesels as well. Now I'll show you the difference in this one. If I actually put the sound on this one, I haven't altered the sound volumes at all. This is normal. That's the coal. So they really are brilliant speakers. Now, more so is with these HM7000s, where a lot of the cases at the moment we've got where you can't fit the speaker in there, it has to go in there. So what you can do is instead of using the little cube speaker, you can change it for one of these that I've got, and you can get this visually sound that I've got now. So that is what I've got done so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off for a minute. Now this one, of course, is my leak one. This is the Cherney Valley line, which I live close to. This is a non-sound, of course, at the moment.
The next train to depart on platform 2 will be the 10:15 Holiday Special Service to Leek, calling at Roaster, Denstone, Alton Towers, Oakamore, Kingsley and Froghall, Consul, Cheddleton, Leek Brook Halt, and Leek only. This train is formed of 2 coaches. First class accommodation is located at the front of the train. Please mind the gap when boarding this train.
Now, as I said, the Cherney Valley line is actually a heritage site. Leek, which is the end run of this one, as you might say, that was where my hut was when I was the signal and telegraph line on that line. Of course, in those days there was no phones, there was no vans or cars. You had to do everything by train. So I'll let that one run. That'll run round and stop in a minute, but it won't stop. Oh, it's only that's the first time it's run, so it might not stop perfectly. But we'll just let it run round, and what we'll do is let it run, and we'll put this one back on again.
The next train to arrive on platform 2 terminates here. All change, please, on platform 2.
See, it hasn't done it, but that's put the lights back on again, put it on again, let it go round, and we put the Princess on now. So the sound off that is brilliant. This one has also got firebox in it as well, as you can see there. So if anybody's got any problems with Railmaster, any help, just give me a call. I'm always here. My phone number is 01782 302194. My email address is there as well. Please subscribe, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.